Welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your host, Madge Madigan. Welcome. Here we are in the lovely Rock Fox Studios in Rochester, New York, and brought to you. I'm having trouble today. Brought to you.
You okay? You right?
No. Who are you?
Fitz.
Fitz, my producer, Scott Fitzgerald. He runs this joint. What do you say? Man.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those days where everything just suddenly went, just upended in within 5 minutes.
Lord.
But I think we got it back.
Jesus.
I think we're good.
All right. Hey, I got a guest today.
Yes, you do.
I want to introduce you. I'm so excited. This is a very long-time friend of mine. He's a fellow dork that I grew up with. We've known each other since, I don't know, like we were 11. And we're both from a small town south of Buffalo called Dunkirk, New York. Shout out to Dunkirk. Hey. And anyway, so Sean McGraw, and let me tell you a little story he's told me. After he started, After he started using his middle name, Patrick, he was stopped for speeding, a small backwater town in East Tennessee. I'm like, Sean, you're probably better at telling the story. Anyway, when he appeared in court, the small town judge said to him, with a name like Sean Patrick McGraw, y'all ought to be a country singer. And the rest was history. Ladies and gentlemen, singer-songwriter and national recording artist, Sean Patrick McGraw.
Good afternoon. Morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Dear friend. How are you in Nash Vegas?
I'm staying alive.
Good.
Staying alive. We're having a big spike here again, or so my wife, who works in the medical profession, has told me, and stay away from me. That's all I have to say.
Oh, God. Well, thank God you're far away from me. But, hey, how about those motherfucking Tennessee Titans?
I have discovered that I am bad juju for the Buffalo Bills, and if I actually watch their games, they lose.
So you're the problem. Thanks.
I am the problem, but I want to tell everyone I did take one for the team because I tuned in for about like 2 minutes of the end of the first half, and I was like, I better shut the TV off for the greater good, and I did, and it didn't work. So I'm sorry, Buffalo. I tried because I've been hearing I've got these friends who are like huge fanatic football fans. And they're like, man, your Bills are doing great this year, man. You haven't been watching them? And I'm like, man, 4 Super Bowls. After that 4th Super Bowl, I was like, never again. And I got sucked in. But my friends were like, but they're so good this year. You have to watch. And, I watched 2 minutes of them not being so great yesterday. But I don't want to be, no pun intended, armchair quarterbacking, I mean...
well, they need some kind of quarterback. No, actually, Josh Allen.
Everyone's complaining about him now, and everyone who thought they were so awesome last week is now saying they need to work on this, and this is deficient in this area, and it's like...
Yeah, everybody thinks they know. So let's talk about something better.
Anything's better than Buffalo Bills football.
All right, so...
Kept your bar low.
No kidding. So we can all limbo. Right, Fitzy?
I love to limbo. I actually...
But I pull you back in.
I actually feel like I'm in limbo most of the time, so it kind of works out. We
learned about that in Catholic school, didn't we, Sean? Limbo.
Oh, you're a fellow sufferer, too? You went to Catholic school?
Tuesday afternoon catechism class.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Like 99% of Dunkirk, New York, because everybody's Catholic in Dunkirk.
Look at we've got the Irish Catholic Club today. Margaret Frances Madigan, Scott Walter Fitzgerald, and Sean Patrick McGraw.
It's William, but that's close enough.
For fuck's sake! Oh, whoops! I made you half Polish there.
Which half? Never mind. Go ahead. Continue.
You're better off with the bottom half being Polish. Hey, Sean, what the hell you got going on? This soundtrack for this opera?
What's keeping me busy these days is I'm producing the soundtrack for a project called The Dead Guy Opry. And it is
That sounds so cool.
What would you call it? By definition, it's an opera because there's no dialogue in it. But that's weird to say I'm doing a country opera because then people think opera. Well, it's a musical that I have described as Oklahoma meets Rocky Horror Picture Show on meth.
Ooh, I like that.
It was written by a dear friend of mine, Ty Hager, who a lot of the stories in it are true. And Ty is one of the funniest people I've ever known. This opry is very irreverent and
why is it called an opry?
Kind of like the Grand Ole Opry, and
right.
kind of meaning it in a it's a country opera, so opry. Just
it's just a play on words. Got you.
Yeah, it's a play on words, and but it's something I've actually been involved with. Originally, I was supposed to just play the main character we were going to do an independent film, of the piece, and or do a stage production. And it's just been a matter of funding. So at the very least, we thought to get funding for the project that we'd get a soundtrack done. And since I'm a jack of all trades and master of none,
girl, I hear you.
Yeah, I took on the responsibility of basically not just producing it, but I'm playing every instrument on the soundtrack. So when this comes out and it's like people are going, wow, that's a kick-ass band on that record. I'm like, yeah, I am the band on that record. I played everything on it.
You got cymbals on your knees and an accordion and a harmonica.
Yeah, well, not at one time. Have I played accordion on it yet?
Not all at once?
Not yet, no. But so it's been like it really just worked out for me with COVID and being stuck at home, not being able to tour. I mean, the last I was on the road, I went out to Colorado in early March for a week. And
the garbage truck coming?
I know we wouldn't have it around here, but it looks like an international harvester. I don't know what they're picking right now.
In the street?
And I don't live out in the woods. I live right in the city, and I've got barking dogs now too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Say what? Okay, so wait.
Stella's the dog that we're babysitting right now, so she's the one.
Oh, not Hank.
Hank is my puppy, and he's sitting right in front of me, and he's being such a good boy. And Stella's like, I want out there, but I can't trust her to not run away, so I have to keep her inside. Sit,
Hank.
Yeah, Hank is like sitting right in front of me right now, just like, yeah, Daddy, I'm cool. He's the best. But yeah, I know, buddy, you're being such a good boy.
I love him. I've seen pictures. Hey, so can we back it up? Back it up. Because I forgot to do this because I'm not like real professional and shit. So, I got a question. Notorious SPMcG. That's why I knew.
I used to
SPMcG.
when I wrote for Curb Music, I'd always go into the office in the mornings and our sound plug would be like, yo, SPMcG in the hizzy. I love that.
And you can wear a doily collar now and a crown. Sorry. All right. I'm reaching. Sorry. Okay. So tell the people what you do, like, cause you've been a musician for a long time. Cause starting way back with the trombone. Did you not want me to tell you? Of course, we were in band together. I played the damn clarinet. True. How sexy were we? Clarinet and trombone.
I still play the trombone. I still do. I played on the project.
Do you want to form a ska band?
I would love to.
Wouldn't that be the balls?
If I had someone like here in Nashville that wanted me to join one, I would do that in a heartbeat. That would be way too much fun.
See,
anyway,
I got the two-tone man
professionally since I was 14 years old.
Oh right, Xavier. I don't forget a thing.
A bunch of bad hair bands in my late teens and early 20s, and I moved
Sean
to California.
Had gigantic hair.
I had gigantic hair, like huge hair,
bigger than mine.
But, yeah, like really big and really long when I cut it. But so I moved to California after college because I went to college in Fredonia for classical guitar. And
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did, yeah. I was really serious about that for a number of years, and I went out to LA thinking I would join a band, you know, be a studio musician or something like that. And
Fitzy, wasn't that your dream too?
Yeah, back in the day, that was.
Yeah. Well, I went out there, and I really dawned on me that if I wanted to get anywhere as a musician, I really had to be self-reliant because, man, there was so much drugs going on when I first went out there. I thought, man, you can't join a band without everybody just having serious chemical problems. So in
the mid '80s, I don't see it.
No, early '90s, it was really bad, and I thought, well. The other thing that really struck me was like, you know, you can be the greatest musician in the world, but if you don't have good songs, you know, I know a lot of great guitar players that can't write a song, and you know, they may be able to jam all day, but I'm a guitar player and I get bored with that really quick. So I really started to really, you know, intentionally study the craft of songwriting, and I remember. I got taken under the wing of a guy who had been a Tin Pan Alley writer, which was the Brill Building in New York. This guy used to write with Carole King and people like that.
Oh yeah.
And we would I belonged to the songwriters club.
Wait, wasn't the other? Was that the Brill Building?
The Brill Building, yeah. So my friend Lou was a Brill Building writer, and he brought me under his wing. But I used to always go in. You know, we'd play each other's songs, and someone in the group would play something, and I would be like, you know, this is me, typical upstate New York, Irish Catholic kind of person, because I'd be like, that's a commercial piece of crap. If it was commercial, I hated it, you know. And
yeah, I hear you.
And back then, you know, I was working construction during the day, and Lou would be like, and what do you do to make a living? Like, you're dissing on this because it's commercial. He was like, you go write a #1 hit song and then shut up. Like I challenge you. You know, if you think commercialism is a bad thing, go right ahead. And I've been trying to do that ever since. You know, so he set me on that path. And back then, and still to this day, the market for outside songs in country that's where the biggest market is for songwriters. And this is also early '90s. What was going on in Nashville at the time was really exciting. There was a lot of artistry here. There was a lot of people really writing lyrics that were poetic and were intelligent. And it was great when I first got Hank. You let the dog again.
Fuck.
Who let the dog in?
Oh.
Hank, come here,
That's
buddy.
a new switch.
Was that Hank?
Come here. Yeah, that's Hank. Because there was
He
somebody
had quite a temperament change.
See, this is
Oh.
there it is.
Hi, Hank.
He's gonna be a good boy.
Come here.
So
Put the
anyway,
headphones on him.
So
Okay.
I've been in Nashville since the mid '90s, and I've gotten lucky. You know, I've had some cool things happen for me, and
Yeah, what you put out some CDs. You've been on Jimmy Kimmel Live. You've been on.
Yeah, I got to tour with some cool people. I got to tour with some cool people, and as
Drop
a
those
guitar
names.
player, I toured as the opening act for Toby Keith in 2009, and then Eric Church in 2010, Dirk Bentley the next year, and then Jared Neiman the year after that, and then a guy named Josh Thompson and I played 40 shows across the United States. And went all over hell, and then I've toured England. I've toured England with a guy named Billy Yates, he's a really big name in England. I was his guitar player, and I was opening act. And then I toured Ireland with a guy named Pete Kennedy. That was just a couple years ago.
Not the one we know.
Not
The mayor?
Is there a mayor named Pete Kennedy?
There sure is.
No, there's a radio guy here in Rochester, and that's his title is the mayor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his
So
moniker.
anyway, you know, I've never gotten rich, but I've been able to make a living playing music, and you know,
Can't beat that
it's
with
a
a
pretty
stick.
cool lifestyle, even if you don't know I don't always know where the next dollar's coming from, but
speaking of that,
there's nothing better than getting a royalty check. You know, that's the best thing in the world to me.
So with like not to bring up a bad subject or anything, but like this day and age with like, you know, internet and shit, and is the royalty?
How do you make money anymore?
Yeah,
they don't. They're,
okay.
In fact, they're pretty sad.
Cross
actually.
that off the list.
So if there's anyone younger who might be listening to this, you know, thinking about, I want to be to Nashville and be a songwriter, don't do it. There's no money in it anymore.
Inspiring.
I mean, you have to be creative. I'm fortunate. Well, or I'll tell you what I would tell you is this is I've been lucky enough. I get songs on television shows regularly, and I've written some really, really bad songs for some really bad movies, and
that's awesome.
That'll keep you afloat. Yeah,
that's cool.
You know, one thing I was talking to my friend Lou, who was a Brill building writer, told me 25 years ago. He was like, Sean, he's like, someday, you know, what you think is a commercial piece of crap, you're going to have to go up to that stage and accept your reward for it, and it's going to make you more money than anything else that you wrote that you thought was artistic, and you should just accept that right now. And that was exactly how it panned out. Like that couldn't have been more accurate, you know.
Yeah.
My number one download is a song I had in a Hallmark movie, and people come up and they request it. I'm going, oh, really? That one? Like, I wrote it as a work for hire. Like I wrote what they wanted me to write, you know.
Okay,
people like, oh, but I love that song, and I'd be like, that's cool.
Okay, a Hallmark movie. Well, this interview is now over. No, I'm kidding.
What's that?
No,
why are you a fan of Hallmark movies?
No, okay. not at all. Not one bit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They've been so good to me. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just know what their target audience and my target audiences are two very different things, but they've been great to me.
And they have been for Wendy too. Wendy Corsi Staub.
Really? Has she written stuff for them?
Well, Wendy had one of her. This is a friend of ours from growing up. She's has written like 80+ novels, and one of them was made into a Hallmark movie.
Oh.
I wish I could remember it. I'll put it down in the comments when I do. Oh, while you're down in the comments, subscribe. Okay.
You know,
anyway.
I had one song of mine, which I really, it's just crazy sometimes because, you know, I'll have songs that I work on and work on and work on. Like I've got a song right now that I've been working on for a year and a half. I keep saying it's not quite there, you know. But one of the songs that I've had in the Hallmark film, the music supervisor got a hold of me and said, we need this song, and it's kind of here's what's going on in the film, and this is the kind of vibe it should have. Can you write that? And I almost always do this. If someone tells me I need this from you, I'm like, okay, I get off the phone with them and like I'll do it immediately because I know if I don't do it immediately, it won't get done. So in the case of the Hallmark thing, yeah, I sat down and I wrote whatever's the first thing that came to my head, and I was done in 15 minutes, and I sent him the song. Like I literally just got off the phone, and the supervisor was like, "For real?" She's like, it hasn't been 20 minutes. Like, how did you do that?" I'm like, "I did what you wanted me to do. Like, you wanted all these things in it, so I did that." And she calls me back within another 20 minutes, and she's like, "I just got off the people from the film," and she's like, "You made it." And I'm like, "So what is it?" And then I'm like, "So how does it feature in the movie?" And the supervisor's like, "Well, the whole movie's based around this song, actually."
Oh, well.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Well, I thought it was going to be kind of incidental." And they're like, "No, this is the whole movie's about the main character in the movie writing a song, and that's the song that you just wrote." I'm like,
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. No pressure.
I'm like, well, it's going to be a short movie then, because if the guy's going to be true, then the guy wrote it in 15 minutes. And
for Christ's sake. Hey, speaking of that, so like I've seen you many times live over the years, and that's one thing I've always loved is like you're very quick on your feet, and ever since we were kids, you've had a great sense of humor. And I'm just saying that no, I'm kidding.
You're saying it because it's true.
No, yes, I am. So
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
this
really
is
freaking funny.
This is yeah. Lord, it's hard to be humble.
There's only a few times where when someone says they're funny, they're actually funny. I have a feeling that this is one of them, but
it is.
Now say something funny.
He's a funny motherfucker. Well, okay, so
gotta find your moments.
Okay, can I give you? I don't know. This is just a challenge. If you can't, who cares?
Sure.
I'm gonna give you a subject to sing about right now.
Okay.
My crappy, beat up old phone case.
You want me to sing about that?
Yeah. Sorry.
My crappy, beat up phone case. How you've left me so lonely. You cracked just when I needed you. Oh, I needed you to work for me, and now I'm calling no one. Calling no one.
It's already better than most of the songs I've heard in the last 3 or 4 years. So well done, and it's timely. You know, everybody can relate to that song.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I should.
Hey,
no,
Peg, you would know Madge. I still call you Peg.
That's my childhood name.
Back in the day, called "We're Only Making Plans for Nigel." Do you remember that song?
XTC.
We're only
making plans for Nigel.
I heard a jazz version of that yesterday that was awesome. I could take that song and do it dark. It was like, we're only making plans for Nigel, and just did it really dark, and it's like, that's better than the original, you know?
Wow.
Anyway, I thought you would appreciate that.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so speaking of that, next segue, I thought I'd play a little game with you because I've another one. Here's more stupid human tricks. SPMcG. SPMcG.
into his A.
Hey. If you don't know, now you know. Oh no. So okay, I want to play because you've done this at your gigs where you kind of mash up songs or artists or whatever.
Then you get these Karens who are like, why can't you just play the whole song? And I'd be like, because I don't know all the words, baby.
I like the cigarette. The cigarette really adds to the Karen-esque part of it.
I don't know why I do that, but I just like
it's perfect.
It lends.
As she's sitting down at the Kosciuszko Club.
Can't you play something you can dance to?
How about Mustang Sally? I know
how
you love that one.
I have a song about not playing Mustang Sally because of Mustang Sally.
Okay. Can you give us one? Oh, okay. All right. We'll get to that. All right. So I thought of some ideas. Let's see if you could riff off something real quick. Okay. Because I've heard you do. What have you done? Like Madonna in Johnny Cash or something you've done?
Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. Down on my knees, I want to take you there, just like a prayer.
Yeah! You got the whip sound effect, the whip crash.
We're the good old.
People usually laugh at that, but I always take it too far because I'll be like, "Oh, Johnny could have done a lot of like Madonna songs, like." You're so fine, and you're mine. I'll be y'all's till the end of time, 'cause you make me feel. Yeah, y'all make me feel all shiny and new. Like a virgin.
I hear the train a coming.
You hear that train coming?
I just rolling around. Wait, okay, just to add in my own, because it is my show. That was always one of my parlor tricks when I was like in college. You remember Ethel Merman?
Yeah.
She was an old
business like show
There's
business.
no business like show business. Okay, look her up. She was briefly married to.
I can do better. Is that Ethel Merman as well?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
she was briefly married to Ernest Borgnine.
Oh gosh.
So
Did they have any kids?
Oh, God, I hope not.
We can only
look
hope
like-
not.
It would look like a bulldog and
Scrub that vision. All right. So anyway, this is my parlor trick. I don't have all the words like that, but I used to sing like a virgin. Hey, touch for the very first time. That's what,
gonna have the whole world on a plate.
so okay. Anyway, all right. So wait, can you do Johnny Cash and Lady Gaga?
All right. This is getting good.
Cause I was born this way. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
That was fabulous. Okay. All right, because
Poker face.
poker
Poker
face.
Poker face.
I love it because these are names of artists that should never be spoken in the same breath ever.
Exactly. This
Although,
one's made.
I think Lady Gaga is like
No, she's
crazy,
awesome.
crazy, brilliant. I think she's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, she is quite creative. Okay, here's I don't know why I just pulled this. Bob Marley or any reggae person singing Steppenwolf.
Born to be wild. Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for the engine. In whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, gonna make it happen. That's funny about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
That's an easy one.
That was fun. Okay,
You're
this is.
throwing him over the soft spot of the plate for me there, man.
I know. Sorry. Okay. How about Stevie Nicks singing The Clash?
Why, right? I want a riot of my own. Riot of my own.
Okay, then.
I dug deep for that one.
You didn't-
London
sorry.
calling at the top of the dial.
Well, you know what's? Have you seen like I don't know? Do you look at TikTok at all?
I've never. I just got an account because I'm thinking it was going to get how it was going to get banned,
Mhm.
and I haven't even I got the app and I haven't even gotten an account. But it's like funny. It's funny videos, right?
It's what?
It's like funny videos. Correct?
Yeah. Well, any kind of videos,
Have you
but
seen
it's
the
like
one
1 minute.
I have seen the one I got shared with me on TikTok that I thought was hilarious, and it was the girl. She's like she plays a princess at kids parties, and she's talking about going and working at Mexican houses during playing the princess, and she's going, "I love these people. They give me all kinds of awesome food." You ever seen that one?
No. Well, what I was going
Look
to
up-
ask you.
It's really funny. It's great.
Well, I was going to ask you because there's one that's viral that everybody does a duet with now, and it was of a guy on a skateboard drinking the cranberry juice, and he's just skating to "Dreams" by Fleetwood Mac, and like that for some reason is like the shit. That song now with all the
Right.
kids, yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you do Neil Diamond singing that?
No. Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to take you down? Is that Dreams?
Yes, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players
Rain.
only love
Rain.
you when they're playing.
Playing.
They say women, they will come and they will go.
You're just entertaining as fuck.
Oh, shucks.
Bet you never heard it.
When the rain... Is that the right song? I heard the wrong key,
Yes.
but anyway.
Yeah.
When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You will know.
Okay, there's one.
You will know.
You will know. How about
You will know.
that? Just made me think of one. Bob Dylan doing Marvin Gaye.
Okay. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I do, come on, yeah. No. Sugar.
Did you
Let's
pull
get it
something?
on.
Oh, it's
No.
getting hot in here. That's Bob. Oh my!
Wait. No, it could do it like it's getting hot. That's not the right key. And like I could hear like him singing "It's Getting Hot in Here," but like he sang when he sang like "Lay, lady, lay, stay with your man a while." Because like Dylan could sing, I think.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
Take off all your
It's getting hot in
clothes.
here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I want to
Here's
take my
one.
clothes off.
I am getting so hot.
I'd like to see a Tom Petty and Bob Dylan duet. No, I wouldn't.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
No, they're one and the same.
I
voice,
know, I know.
you
That was the joke.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Fitzy. Let's give it a try.
I'll stay quiet over here.
No, you chime in.
Ching chime.
All right. Do we we got any more? I'm trying to see. Who did you used to do some really good. You know what? Oh no, I won't bring it up. No, I just funny one time.
An embarrassing moment.
No. One time.
Well, I do a bad Michael McDonald imitation. You know, like you know.
Oh yeah,
You don't
Doobie
know
Brothers.
me, but I'm your brother. And I sing a lot of demos in Nashville, and it was funny. Like years ago, a buddy of mine who writes with all these really hooked up people gave me a comp CD of songs that he wanted me to learn 2 of them to sing a demo for him. And there was a bunch, since there was a bunch of songs on it already, he's like, yeah, just learn the last 2. And the song after the one, or before the one I had to learn, I can hear this guy going, he's singing like that, and I go to Tim. I'm like, dude, who's doing like the lame Michael McDonald imitation? He's like, dude, that is Michael McDonald. Good thing I didn't say
Whoopsie.
that to him.
Yeah, really. No, I was gonna say we saw you at out in Fairhaven last year, and it was like, was it 2 years ago? No, Fairhaven, not Fairport.
Fairhaven, yeah, right.
At Little Sodas Inn.
Little Sodas Inn, yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny because it was, I don't know, Saturday afternoon or whatever, and there was a lot of people that are out on motorcycle runs and they stop by and whatever, and it was so fun. Every time you'd be in the middle of some song and one would start up and you'd go, get your motor running.
That, and because I live near the railroad tracks, every time I'm out here playing on the porch and trying to do it, and you hear all say, I hear that train a-coming. In fact, I think I hear one again. Yeah, I live in East Nashville, which has become like hipster town. It's become like hipster town. Yeah, I live in Hipsterville. I live in fact, I woke up in the morning, I took my fat ass to the gym. There's a hipster dude on the treadmill, and another dude that looks just like him. There's a trend around here towards trendiness. Tell me, when did it begin? It's all good in the hood, but you could say I live in man bun land. Man bun land. Well, they wear their hair tied up like my grandma used to do. And you can tell those nonconformists because they all wear the same suit. In man bun land, you can live your dreams while living next to Jack White in the Black Keys. I see him at the grocery store that are right here. While
Get
the
the fuck
poor
out.
folks who used to live next to me have left. Man bun land, bearded and tatted, bearded and tatted, bearded and tatted, nipple rings, nipple rings, nipple rings, bearded and tatted, bearded and tatted, bearded and tatted. Walk by hat wearing skinny jeans, skinny jeans, yeah. Skinny
PBR.
Jeans, skinny jeans, yeah. Skinny jeans. It's a long song, but anyway. I see Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys. I live like 4 houses behind the Kroger in East Nashville. I've seen Dan Auerbach at my Kroger. I live around the corner across the railroad tracks from there's an American Legion. That when you hear the train tracks, they're like right there. And there's an American Legion on the other side of the tracks. And Jack White hangs out at my American Legion. Like
That's
regularly.
really cool.
Like he must. So he lives in the neighborhood, I guess.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
I've seen it is cool. I've seen Kesha at the grocery store.
And how's she doing?
I have no idea. That was a while ago. But yeah, it's weird like this. And what I love about my neighborhood or what it's become is East Nashville, especially on a day like today. We know people got their windows open, people are hanging out on the porch. If I walk down my street, it's just like I got a hippie jam band that lives 2 doors away from me, another hippie jam band that lives 2 doors on the other side of me. Dude from the Mavericks lives on the corner, guitar player, keyboard player across the street, drummer next to him. It's like this. It's just all musicians. It's really cool.
That's
like
fun.
I could form an awesome band with nobody but the people living on my block.
That's so cool. I love that. That sounds like a really awesome place. Are you gonna like stay there the rest of your life?
No.
Okay.
I love it, but my wife and I were talking the other day. I really would love to live in Europe at some point in my life, or if I don't live in Europe, I'd like to get a big sailboat and circumnavigate.
Yes.
So kind of just get off the grid for a while.
Very cool.
Yeah, but right now you can't. Like I was supposed to have gone to Spain 2 weeks ago and can't leave, And I guess their COVID cases are really bad at the moment, so even worse than ours.
I can't. This just sucks. I can't wait till this is all over with, as I'm sure
it's had its good, good, bad. For most people, nothing but bad. For me, I got lucky to have some projects that keep me afloat, and it's been great for really focusing on playing music and not doing other distracting things.
Good.
I sometimes, I don't know, going on the road the way I do it doesn't really lead to anything else other than going on the road more. Where, if it led to me playing bigger venues for more money and traveling on a tour bus, that would be one thing. But I'm lucky. It's been good for me.
So, with that, and we're gonna wrap it up here. So, you have been doing during this. You have been doing what would you call them? Online
live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing those pretty much every Friday night since March. I started doing them at St. Patrick's Day. The first gig that got canceled. I have an Irish band. And St. Patrick's Day here in Nashville is just huge, and that's that is like the best paying gigs I have are like, and we'll play a bunch of shows right around St. Patty's Day, and they all got canceled this year, and I kept thinking, well, by April we'll be back, things will be back to normal, and I had shows booked all summer long. They either got canceled by the venue, or in a few cases they got canceled by me, where it was like I can't go to New York and self quarantine for 14 days before I go out in public. And
I do a lot of shows around St. Patrick's Day too. No, just kidding. Sorry.
Or so I'm told.
So I'm told. Yeah, exactly. Well, good. So are you going to keep doing the online with any regularity that the people tune into?
Yes, I do. I do them every Friday night, and I have my Facebook page is where I broadcast them from, because I don't have enough followers on YouTube to live stream from YouTube yet. So if anyone wants to check them out, yeah, you get 1,000 people before you can live stream. Yeah, so please subscribe. But I do them every Friday at 7 from my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Sean Patrick McGraw Music. I'm sure if you Google it, you'd find it. But I've been doing those every Friday at 7 o'clock at Central Time. And we get a really good... If I don't get a good turnout when I'm doing them, I get good views afterwards. Like, you know, you get... think, you know, you can see a little thing in the corner where it says, like, only, 50 people are watching right now. And I think, well, there's hardly anybody here. And then it goes down to, like, 20 people. I'm like, oh, Jesus, no one's watching me. And then 2 days later, it's like, yeah, but you got 2,500 views. So it works out. Just not everyone watches it while it's live,
Yeah. Well, awesome. Everybody, follow Sean Patrick McGraw. That's pretty much your handle on all social media?
Yes.
Sean Patrick McGraw? Okay. Yes. Like, share, and subscribe.
Patrick in there. And as I'm sure that you would know, being the Irish Catholic that you are, that I only got 3 names from mom or grandma when I was in a lot of trouble. Oh. So to me, when I started using my middle name, like, professionally, I really kind of meant it as a joke. It was like, because I would never be called, the Patrick wouldn't be included unless like, Sean Patrick McGraw! Then I knew it was like, oh, crap.
Oh, yeah.
What do I do now?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Names. Try Margaret Frances Madigan. I never would use that professionally because it would have to have sister in front of it. Sister Margaret Frances.
Sister Margaret Frances. And you're bringing back bad memories.
I know. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, it's the self-flagellation.
Can't you just accept some questions for what they are? I can't answer that, Sean. I don't understand it. Yeah.
Just accept it so you can make your confirmation.
Exactly.
And you can have your after party at the vineyard. Okay. It's an old. All right, Sean, I want to thank you so much for being here.
So nice talking to you. You look
too.
Great. It's good to see you.
Thank you too.
Keep on rocking up there and rock cha-cha.
Thank you.
This is like the longest it's been for me in years that I haven't made it back home. Like, I
know.
I hadn't even been more than 30 miles from my house from March, and then totally messed up my not being close to home by driving all the way to California a few weeks ago. But other than that, like, just, it's weird to not, for someone like me and for musicians to not travel when you're the last 30 years of my life. I'm always traveling, so this is weird. But it's
you're
nice.
Traveling man.
Traveling man. Yeah. That'd be good for Michael. Traveling man. Yeah.
What in the actual fuck? You are the man.
Michael McDonald to hear me doing that sometime.
Yeah.
It'd be good for you, though.
That'll be... Oh, yeah. Hi, Mike.
Have you ever done that, though? Like, you're kind of like dishing on somebody, like, oh, crap. Like, they just found out that I did that? Yeah. Oh,
yeah, no, I constantly, and I haven't today, I keep mentioning Mike D from the Beastie Boys, that he might just, call me up, hey, Madge, what's up? But it hasn't worked yet. Suppose I should say something awful. No, I could never do that. All right.
Anyway.
Love
Great to see you.
You too.
Likewise.
Thanks, hun. All right. With that, everybody, this is another episode of Madge Unmuted. I want to thank Fitzy.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
Thank you, Fitzy.
Rockfox Studios, rockfox.com. Check it out for all your recording needs. You got some recording, want to do a podcast? Fitzy's your guy. All right. Until next week, folks. Or no, 2 weeks. That's what I do, 2 weeks. Y'all stay safe and be healthy out there.
Play us out.
Play us out. I was going to say play us out. SPMcG.
Stay safe. Be healthy. Stay safe and be healthy too.
Woo!